Hi, this is Paige Hopkins.
Skylar Isaac.
And we are
The Chicat Journal
Podcast. Yay.
Not quite in sync, but I like it.
All right, so Skylar, what topics do you have today that you want to discuss?
I was hoping we could give people an inside look at what we're doing. Maybe future podcast plans. The fact that we're looking for freelance writers. And in other world news, because there's not much going on here in the Yukon. We could talk about this North Korean soldier who defected to South Korea. Action-packed video online. Go check it out if you haven't. And about all the creepy crotch grabbing that's going on around the world.
In Hollywood and in the U.S. government.
Yep. Those are the places.
Okay, so what I want to discuss today is Alexander's wonderful videos that you can go and see at River Gattensby.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. So please go see them. They're going to be up for the next 2 weeks, and then they're going to be gone forever, or until we can convince River to put them back up.
Go look for Holmes versus Benji, because it is magical.
It is an epic of Yukon proportions. Also, I want to talk about the Housing Action Plan conference that we attended this week, and Black Friday. We all know Black Friday is kind of a bananas time in the States, and we all look forward to the YouTube videos that come out of it. So, Skylar, let's start with one of your topics.
Sure. We've been throwing around different podcast ideas. And remember we talked about Chicat After Dark?
Yes.
Basically, us doing what we do here, but with a lot more swearing.
Yes.
And possibly drinking.
Possibly, but not likely.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
We are a youth-based magazine. We do not promote nor discourage drinking. However, we do not promote it, and I feel like a podcast where we were drinking would promote alcohol. And I'm the boss, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, what other ideas do you have?
I was thinking, you know how Alexander is doing the Pop Culture Smash?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking while he writes full articles and does videos about it, we can maybe take up smaller geeks topics.
I think that's a great idea, and have like a nerd podcast, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Lots of fun. We could talk about how to make videos.
We could.
Although Alexander is doing the how to do videos.
Yeah, we're going to have a resource library.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing Alexander Does Stuff, so...
Yes, but I think that's going to be more of a vlog cast and less of a podcast, because...
Well, I know it's not going to be a podcast. It's...
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
And we're really pushing the idea of Alexander Does Things, because it would be great to watch Alexander do things.
What about you? Let's go to your thing.
Oh yeah, so like I mentioned before, if you go to River Gattensby on YouTube, you can go see Alexander's wonderful videos that he and his friends have made that I feel like really, really accurately reflect Yukon life. For example, lots of walking around in the snow wearing naught but a wife beater. Highly accurate. Also mountains and mountains of cocaine.
Yes. It's not snow, it is actually cocaine from heaven that we get. Mm-hmm. And that's why we're also insane.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to go to the YouTube and actually just go and see it for yourself and let us know what you think, because we think it's amazing. So yeah. What else is going on?
We are in need of freelance writers, and if you want to get in on that, check out our Facebook page. There's also a Chicat Writers group on Facebook.
Yes, definitely check that out, because that I think is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be like a forum for discussion and for sharing your writing, and it's going to be great. I'm really excited to read everyone's writing, like your poems, your stories, your raps, your songs, everything. I want to see it. And I'm going to be posting some of my stories, hopefully this weekend. I just haven't gotten around to typing them up. So yeah, please do that.
And this can also apply for artwork and stuff too, right? We'll probably be doing that.
Oh yeah, coming in the future, but right now we need writers.
Absolutely.
Because currently you're our only writer.
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yes. And Alexander's a great writer, and I'm an okay writer, but
you're both very busy
we're
with
both
different
very
projects.
Exactly. So we need some other people who can focus on just writing. So please, if you have some writing, if you enjoy writing, send us your stuff. Okay?
Mm-hmm. And that especially goes out to youth in the Yukon communities, no matter where you are.
Yeah, we don't want writing from only Whitehorse. We want from everywhere. We want from Old Crow. We want from Burwash Landing, Haines Junction, everywhere. So we want to hear what your perspective is. We want to know what your life is like.
We want voices from everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And you won't be doing it for free either, because they'll be getting some bank, right?
Oh yeah, but we will discuss that when you send your stuff in.
So send it in.
You can just send it to me at editor@shikatjournal.com. Either one of those ways would be much appreciated.
So yeah, write some stuff, send it in, we'll have a blast.
Yeah, it'll be great. Alright, so another thing we did this week was attend the Housing Action Plan Conference, which was really amazing. Chief Doris Bill from Quanland Dunn spoke, as did Chief Christina Kane from Ta'an, and Minister Pauline Frost, and Mayor Dan Curtis also spoke in a panel that morning, which was really amazing to hear. They had a lot of good things to say, and quite frankly, it makes me really hopeful about our housing situation, because it is pretty crazy. The rates of vacancy in Whitehorse are extremely low. Like, it's hard to find a place here.
Yeah.
Like, trying to find a place in town that even my boyfriend and I can afford is really, really hard. Like, it's almost impossible. So we and I can't even imagine for people who make very little money or are on assistance.
Like us.
Yes. Can find a place to live. So this is an issue that needs to be dealt with really soon, because it's cold here. It's really cold here.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter. And there's lots of people who don't have permanent or stable or safe housing. So this action plan is going to help deal with that, especially safe housing. I know you read a lot about it.
Yeah.
And you want to give us a little bit more information on what it's all about?
Basically, it's just that. Like, getting more affordable housing, getting it as fast as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And one of the elders who was at the panel made an interesting point. She said, we have so much land as First Nations, and we used to build our own homes, and we don't do that anymore. And I thought, well, that's a good point, but take into consideration the cost to buy a plot of land, to all the building materials and time necessary. It's really, like, as honorable as it would be to our heritage, it's not practical in the least.
No, but what I got from that was, I think it's important to teach young people basic skills.
Right.
Like carpentry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not everyone, obviously, but maybe putting a little more time and resources into young people who would like to know this stuff.
Absolutely.
And then they could go out and build their own house, or they could help others who are in the same boat.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the construction business is like up here.
Yeah.
Or what have you, but I think some more rudimentary skills are much needed everywhere in Canada.
Yeah.
Right?
And the conference we attended really shed a light, for me at least, on who is affected by homelessness. It's not just people with no jobs and who are drunk all day. It's one woman spoke. She said she has a full-time job. She makes money. She can't find a place to rent. She's couch surfing. She's living in hotels. She's living in Robert Service Campground. And it's insane.
Yeah.
That's someone with a full-time job. This is why you work, so you can have a place to live.
Yeah.
And it's nuts to me.
No, that's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So yes, we are all for this action plan.
Yeah.
So Go, you, Yukon government.
Get some roofs over heads.
Yes. So, it's my favorite time of year for YouTube. Because there's excellent videos of the madness that is Black Friday. I just love seeing people just like go bananas over $5 off toasters and like $30 microwaves that are marked down 10% or whatever. It's wonderful, wonderful. Just
people have died on this day.
People
have been trampled to death.
Yes, I'm not saying I find that funny.
I do.
Okay, good. One of us does, but yes, I saw a meme yesterday that I wholeheartedly just enjoyed. Was remember on Black Friday to be a decent human being and do not film in portrait mode. Please. Film properly, people. It goes horizontal. You don't film upright with your phone. Landscape. Film in landscape.
See, when you turn it into landscape mode, you can catch all the crazy throngs of people, and not just a few.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing a picture from a few years back of some guy who had the very last toy on the shelf, and he climbed up to the very top of the shelf, and there are people down below, like, reaching up,
like
trying to grab
Dead.
him. Yeah, like zombies trying to drag him down, but they were after his toy. His toy!
This piece of plastic. Oh my goodness. So happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Be thankful when you get out of the stores alive.
Yeah.
Let's turn it to some world news. What's going on in the world outside of the Yukon?
Well, I think you are the ones with these topics there, sir.
I am. What a self-promoter I am.
Well done.
Thank you. So, North Korea, there's this harrowing video online of this North Korean soldier hauling ass. He runs as fast as he can, jumps into a jeep, drives as fast as he can towards the demilitarized zone, and he runs across to South Korea. And as he's running across, North Korean soldiers catch up and fire on him, wounding him. But he's going to be okay. He's recovering in hospital from his wounds. But the big issue is the fact that North Korea fired on the demilitarized zone. And we're wondering what the fallout of that could be. To help us speculate on that, we have our special world news correspondent, Lysander, who's going to chime in with his knowledge of the situation. Yeah. Lysander, go.
I just remembered something really important. They've shot over it before.
Really?
Yeah, they've shot at least 11 times over it. So it's really just another time that it's happened.
And it's always been North Korea.
Yeah. So it's really, by this time, either because the stakes are amped up, something's going to happen, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Nothing in between, really.
Jeez. And why not? Why is it? Why can North Korea continue to violate this pact and get away with it?
There's no one to do it. China just vetoes everything.
Well, explain a bit. Why does...
So there's a Security Councils.
Yeah.
And there's basically like 3 ones that I'm always staying on it. The other ones rotate.
Mm-hmm.
In the UN.
Yeah, UN. And one is, I believe, US, Russia, and China. I can't remember, there might be another one. But basically all of them have unlimited vetoes.
Oh, Great Britain.
Yeah, all of them have unlimited vetoes. So if they don't like something, they can veto it. So how can you get anything done when everyone vetoes everything?
Yeah. Well, that is nonsense. Behave yourselves, Korea.
But
the world is not...
You want to hear my take on it?
Yep, okay. Absolutely.
So I am a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I eat up conspiracies. Whether they're ridiculous or not,
Me too.
They're entertaining.
They're fun.
So this is my theory. I think this is a deliberate provocation of Trump. I think they're trying to get Trump to do something. So that they both have excuse to go to war now, which is what seems to be how Trump has been posturing for the last however many months. Pretty much he and Kim Jong-un have been fighting like toddlers for the last however many months. And I think this is just might be the excuse they need. Hopefully not, because no one wants nuclear war.
Yeah.
Especially not me. Yes,
Yeah,
Lysander, what do you have to say?
This is also very reminiscent, since they've been fighting back and forth. What about Hillary and Trump? That they also were, all of that went to waste. Like all of his saying she's gonna get locked up.
Well, no, none of that went to waste because Trump is now president.
No, I mean like it's no longer being told. Sort of like you're running for president, but you're not gonna, like most.
Are you saying Trump is just gonna like forget about North Korea?
Plus, Kim Jong-un has not a very good track record of following through with threats.
Oh no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He is on some level a coward.
Yeah.
As is Trump.
So they're both like people that you can't fully trust to go through with stuff.
Yeah. Just keep living your lives, people. Don't worry too much about it. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah. Is that all we have to chat about?
No, let's talk about more of the stuff going down in the south, if you catch my drift.
Oh, yeah, down south and everywhere else in the world.
We're talking about senatorial candidate Roy Moore and the several women aged 14 through 28 who have accused him of some degree of sexual harassment and or assault. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where to even begin here? It's just such a mess. So for anyone unfamiliar, Roy Moore is a senatorial candidate in Alabama. Doug Jones, Roy Moore and Doug Jones. Doug Jones being his Democratic opponent. In his 30s, Roy Moore was known for trolling the mall in Alabama for underage tail, which is disturbing on many levels, especially when he's the assistant district attorney. The district attorney, who's sworn to uphold law. The first one I want to talk about was the girl, the first case I want to talk about. She was 14 years old at the time. And he offered to, they were in the court. And his mother had to go in to a trial and testify, and Moore offered to watch the girl while she was in there. Okay, fair enough. You're thinking this guy is the assistant district attorney. Who else can you trust if not him? Oh no, he starts chatting up the girl, telling her how pretty he is, gets her number, and they wind up going out on a couple of dates. The girl sneaks out her parents' back door, meets Moore around the corner, and then they drive off. On the second date, Moore takes her to his place. Sexy stuff happens. Non-consensual. And normally, you think, well, it's a date. That happens on dates. No, in this case, she was 14. It's terrifying. And it only gets worse from there. There's one story, a girl he met in the mall, like 16 years old maybe. Now this isn't, it's still weird because he's in his 30s at the time, but the age of consent in Alabama is 16. But the weird thing is, he says, hey, let's go out. She says, do you know how old I am? And he says, yeah, I date girls your age all the time. So she leaves, rightfully, and the next day at school, she gets a call to the principal's office saying she has a phone call. And she picks up the phone, and Roy Moore says, hey, it's Roy Moore, what's up? And she says, I'm in trigonometry class. It's so creepy and stalky. It's terrifying. And there was a story of, he told a story about how he and his wife met. And his wife was 23 when they married, but he says he remembered her because they had met 8 years previously at a dance, and he remembered her because of how beautiful she was. Do the math. So she would have been 15 at the time. It's so creepy. I'm not even comfortable talking about it. It's so creepy.
It's making me uncomfortable. Anyways, politician who Trump fully supports. Big surprise. And what was that interesting quote you told me about earlier?
Which one?
With what's her face?
Kellyanne Conway?
Kellyanne Conway.
Yes. On an interview on Fox News, she says, Doug Jones, don't vote for him. He's soft on crime. He's soft on all of this stuff. And so the Fox News host says, so vote for Roy Moore then? And he has a lot of skepticism in his voice when he asks this. And she says, well, we need a Republican in there, not a Democrat. And that sickens me.
Yeah.
Like, there are no morals. They just want Republicans in Senate positions so they can pass their BS tax plan, which is only designed to benefit rich people and not the poor or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm disgusted that they would just throw their morals away like that. Well, not that the Trump administration really has any morals.
Yeah, they've set the bar pretty low.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Anyways, that
this-
is about all the time we have for today.
Oh, is it really?
It is, really.
Okay. To sum up the Roy Moore thing real quick, stop doing stuff like this. Come on. Stop it. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Okay, well, thank you, Skylar, and thank you, Lysander, for pitching in on the North Korea thing.
And rest in peace, Alexander.
And rest in peace, Alexander. He will be back with us next week. All
Until
right.
then, this has been the Shakat Journal podcast. Hope you join us next time.
Check us out at shakatjournal.com.
Absolutely. And on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you for supporting Internet Radio. Goodbye, everyone.